that is white addressing everyone else that is a minority, but here's what I want to say to you guys. I have an internship. I have a person who's going to write a letter of recommendation for me to go to law school, and she is white. I've had teachers ever since I've been at San Jose State that have been white, that have taught me with no bias, with nothing held back. So what I want to let everybody that is white here know is that as long as I know good white people, understand that we as black people do not hate you. We don't see you anywhere different. Although there's a lot of tension that goes on between it, because every day that I go here and I go around and about and I see police, not only do I have to worry about myself, but I worry about my little cousin that goes here. I worry about my sisters, I worry about everybody and my cousins. I worry about him right here from being beaten by police. But understand that that does not mean that you as white students alienate yourself from us. We come together and we make it all our one issue. Because we're always hearing Black Lives Matter, or we're hearing immigration, but I'm here to tell everybody that isn't Latino in this crowd today, tú eres mi hermanos y hermanas, en todos con días estás posible. Do not worry about anything. No te elores. No te elores. Everything is going to be all right. And I'm going to sit here and tell you guys today that no one issue is a black issue. No one issue is a white issue. No one issue is a Latino issue. We all come together and make it one issue. It is going to be, we're going to conquer this. I just sat here and spoke to you guys in Spanish. I can speak Russian. I can speak German. I can speak all these different languages. I'm sitting here and tell you guys today that we're from learning all this and from being around instructors that are Italian, instructors that are Indian, everybody is after the same thing. And that we have to set ourselves apart, that we are not the people that we see on TV rioting. We are not the people on TV that we see making racial slurs and all that. We have to separate ourselves from that. So everybody in this crowd that is white today, understand that you can talk to me. You can approach me. You can ask me any question that you want to ask, because you know what? I'm going to know it's coming from a good place in your heart, because I understand. And I don't fault anyone that's white that does not understand black culture, and understand Latino culture. I cannot put that on you. But what I can ask of you is that if you have a question, don't leave that doubt in your mind. Come to me. Say, hey David, what is this? I don't understand this. Why do you guys feel this way? Because at the end of the day, that is what we're not doing. We're not asking questions. We're not asking each other to explain. Because I grew up in the Bay Area. Born and raised in the Bay Area, and what I tell anyone that comes from out of state, this is the best place in the U.S. to live, because we grew up with everyone. My first best friend was white. We got along every day. I spent the night at his house, and never once did race come up. So that's what we need to get back to. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brian, and I gotta say, after the election, I saw all the posts on Facebook. I saw everybody really shocked, like, oh my God, where's the world gone? What have things come to? And I was thinking to myself, I would come to class today and, oh man, what a boring day it would be, because every day, every class would be, I can't believe it. I can't believe it happened. But probably also I'm really surprised to see everybody here. I'm surprised, I guess, to see that people really do care, in a sense, is that after the smoke is cleared since yesterday, is that people are here. And I realize that people are feeling a lot of different things. They're afraid, they're angry, they're frustrated. They feel that they voted and they felt this way, and how can so many other of our fellow Americans feel a different way, where they're willing to put someone in office, put people in office that will put so many fellow Americans at such a great disadvantage and show such a profound disrespect for who they are and their rights and their different experience in our world, And probably the biggest thing to me is, like, I see this and I think it's great. I think to be a part of this conversation, like David was saying, is that if we're not talking, if we're not asking these questions, the big thing is, if no one says anything, we can never interface. We can never get to understand one another, because I can't read your minds and you can't read my mind. And we need to get that conversation going. We have to understand one another. And if we refuse to understand one another, we'll never get anywhere. The world will go down in flames whether we say anything or not about it. But probably the biggest thing is, maybe you feel that this is the start of a nightmare, or maybe it's a nightmare that you're hoping you'll wake up from, or something like that. And probably the biggest thing to me is, like, we're here right now, but obviously the world's wheels are still turning. You see everybody's walking past us. They're still living their lives like we're just those people that spin the calendars on their hands. by the front of the student union asking you to stop for Greenpeace or whatever. You know, that's the big thing is be that patient person, be that open-minded person that's willing to wait and listen and find out what's going on. And it's like, if now today you feel this way, don't let those emotions just dissipate. You know, don't let them just be leaves on the wind. Because that energy, don't let it go into tears, don't let it go into yells. Do that if you need to, you know, get it out. But don't let that energy, don't let that feeling go down the drain. Let those waters be the things that carve out change. Now is the time where you need to take that energy to go out and learn and talk to people and start those conversations and really be asking the questions, what do we want? You know, what kind of America do we want to be a part of? You know, what kind of people do we want to be talking and making the laws that everyone's going to have to live with? You know, how do we want to vote? Why do we vote? Just for the sake of it? Or because we want to put the right people in power that understand our needs, that are going to respect the different kinds of Americans from different places with different lives, with different beliefs, that believe in Allah or God or Yahweh or whatever belief, that believe in transcendence and reincarnation. It's like, how are we going to live in such a diverse world when we don't elect people that respect that diversity, that understand that the world is always changing? You look at something like Brexit and you see people's frustration manifest, tearing themselves away from Europe, and now we're going back and repeating the exact same thing. You know, you have to ask. The big thing is we're here today, and what I would tell you is don't let these emotions fade away. Turn this energy into something good. If you feel now, I'm awake, I'm woke, stay awake. Don't go back to sleep. Responsibility are the chains that hold everybody down. Don't let your routine keep you from doing these things and getting involved. I hear people talk like, you know, I'm challenged, like it's like I have all these different responsibilities, and you're absolutely right. Everybody has different circumstance. You have to, you know, obviously a lot of us are students, you know, we're very busy, student loans, we work and stuff like that. So like, shit's hard, but you know, it's a very real thing. It's like we all have different experiences, but there are many opportunities for us to like act and like make these things happen. And I'll tell you, it's like Ralph Waldo Emerson says something like, every day we're a different person, and I'll tell you, going forward, please try to be the person that stays awake. Don't go back to sleep. Be awake and be the person that will bring change. Like, don't let the people take the world away from you, because I tell you, like, I don't have to tell you. People will take the world away from you if you're not willing to stand up and fight for it. So please be those people that will stand up and talk and fight for it. Don't let people take your life and your world away from you. Thank you.